the hell do you have on?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dry Down. I hope all you guys are well. Welcome back to a Sunday service. Today, this is September. Mid-September, we're getting into the Libra season. Sapphire, blues, everything about September is the things I love. The joyous parts about this particular season for me is it just goes into direct holidays back to back, from birthday to Halloween to Thanksgiving to Christmas and then the New Year. So it's back to back holiday festivities and family gatherings, and just a season for thankfulness, and that's what I'm here to do today. I want to talk about this. In September, I usually start early with my birthday, starting out with most of my birthday being about celebration of my life, my celebration of my father's life, and it's just been great starting this particular September out. The kids are back in school, seasonality is changing, Michigan has the beautiful golden and red skies, and we're having a lot of fun with that. So with today, I want to talk about what it is in the Sunday service to have the sapphire life. You know, Shada used to talk about the diamond life. I used to, when she talked about that song, I used to play diamond life, and I would always say sapphire life, because it is, to me, the most abundant life for me. First, we're going to start out with the wine from Burgundy. We're going to talk about Septembre, which is a Pinot Noir from Burgundy, France, and this is one of my favorite wines, under $30. It's about a $26 Pinot Noir. We're going to start out with this. Is our wine for the day. Our cigar is going to be one of the most beautiful blue cigars as far as the actual banding and branding. You can't go wrong with this particular blue cigar. Bluefoot brand, double ornate wrapped bands around the actual cigar. The wrapper is a Connecticut broadleaf rosado, and it is a filler and binder combination of Honduran tobaccos out of my father's new Honduran factory. So I can't wait to taste this particular cigar. This one I've been just biting at the chop to get a taste profile on, especially for September. It's my first time smoking it. So we're going to talk about that one. We're going to get this Pinot Noir. We're going to talk about the best of blue fragrances, which is of course the blue sapphire. Fragrance for me is just a beautiful scent profile to wear in September. So this is all about September. I'm also going to sit back and talk to you guys about one of the best combinations of fragrance notes that I've come across. A note in this one is Cashmeran. Cashmeran and fruits. I've heard a lot of negativity about this particular scent profile from Roja Parfums. I'm here to give my take on it. It's one that I am rather enjoying, as I'll say that up front. I don't know why I get so much knock. It might be from the Roja, people not liking Roja. I can't really give you how their opinion goes, but for me, the scent profile on this one is nice. I'm going to give 4 comparison fragrances to this one that are in my collection that I think everyone loves, so I'm not sure why they don't like this one. So I'm going to talk about this. So if that sounds like the type of content you guys think you'll enjoy, sit back, relax, pour a glass, and of course, let's enhance. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dry Down, the lifestyle channel where we as enthusiasts aspire to enhance and elevate our olfactive sensory experiences through understanding of different aromas, facets, and nuances of scents, cigars, and wines. I'm your host, Chris. Welcome to today's wonderful experience, the Sunday service for September the 13th. This is going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. We're going to unwrap this, take this ribbon off the footband. We're going to toast this up, get a cold draw on it. We're going to cork the wine, see what we get for a taste on the wine. Today I'm doing a straight cut. I've been enjoying my straight cuts. I was one who enjoyed his V cuts more often than not, but I'm getting back used to my straight cuts. Let's toast it up and see what we get from this particular earth. Tastes like earth off the cold draw. I did toast it before I got the cold draw in, but it wasn't lit. A lot of earth, green, damp earth so far. traditionally, like my father always comes across, a little bit peppery in the spice. I'm getting kitchen spice. Kitchen and floral spice off the top. The first third is it tastes very bold. That must be that Honduran. I would say that is the Connecticut broadleaf, giving it the spice I'm getting. Honduran usually gives a softer profile for me. What I'm getting on the palate is almost like a carnation, a floral carnation spice. A lot of clove and nutmeg. Mainly, if you guys have ever had the spice of mace, which is a nutmeg derivative, that's what I'm getting on this one a little bit. Lots of kitchen spice and a little bit of earth and coffee, dark coffee. Nothing sweet so far on it. Let that toast for a minute. Grab my cork. I want you guys to tap in below. Let me know how you guys are doing. Like I said, it's a fun weekend for me. I want to see what this Bologna Pinot Noir is tasting like and talk about a few fragrances in my collection that are in a profile that smells wonderful with the note of Cashmere. It's kind of like a sweet, fuzzy, woody note. And I've come to really enjoy what that note does when it comes to a depth of woods and ouds. So two of them I have here are definitely oud fragrances. And the other one is a profile that I've heard so much about, picked it up blind buying it. And for me, it is a scent that is tremendous. Let's see what this Septembre tastes like. There's the front label. Burgundy appellation. I'll turn it around so that you can see the back label. This is Edouard Delaunay. I've been picking up this wine since I think 2017 is when I got my first vintage of this one. So the profile on this one, which is funny enough, I don't know why I get it. When I drink this one, I get a similarity to incense, earthy incense, red fruit, and incense. It's kind of weird, like a non-champa incense is in this one. It's something about this particular wine profile. When I smell it, it gives me off that nuance. Lots of grape, red, plump, thick skin grape. I know the Pinot Noir most times comes in thin skin, but to me it just smells of a very plump, almost prunish or plumish in that scent profile. And as always, a very rich, high tannin, grippy Pinot Noir with just a little bit of a thirst quenching taste profile that washes over the tongue with a nice finish. Grippy tannins. It's pretty damn good. The blue. This has been one of the most anticipated cigars I've been seeing online. I've been seeing in videos. It's not something that is, I would say, lightly distributed. I've found it in a few places here locally in Michigan. And this is the first time picking it up because I knew I wanted to wait to smoke it. I'm getting a little bit less of the pepper spice, a little bit less of the bold taste, and a lot more of the kitchen spice, baking kitchen spices. No real fruit, no raisins, no dried fruits, no plums. Even after having to wash down with the wine profile, I'm not getting that. A lot of earth, a slight hint of roasted coffee, Not an espresso, not as deep as espresso, but a nice dark roast coffee. It's that robust feel, earthy robustness, and the kitchen spices is what I'm getting. Not very peppery, but slightly. It's more of the nutmeg, clove, mace, a little bit of that spicy. If you're into fragrances, like most of us are on this channel, you'll get what I'm talking about, how they'll mix geranium with a lot of clove a lot of times, especially for masculine fragrances and fougères, sheepers and fougères. And I'm getting how that comes off in this particular cigar, how it's been blended with. Maybe that's the Honduran. It's coming off slightly floral spicy. Now let's talk about what the other Septembre is. This is Blue Sapphire. Now you guys know how I love Blue Sapphire. Many people, as I do, compare this to ASQ, but it's something about Blue Sapphire. This oud rose combination with that tagate marigold flower, musk, and it's a phenomenal wearing fragrance. It just comes off very classy, very sophisticated, very masculine, and debonair. It's a very elite fragrance with a lot of projection, a lot of sillage and longevity. And it's just one, like this bottle I've had for 2 or 3 years now, and I've worn this 40 or 50 times, and it's not even 10 mil gone out of it. It's a very, very sexy, sensual fragrance when it dries down on the skin. The depths of it bring out the wood and rose combination. The lemon that's in the top of it starts to dry down. It's all about what September is about. It's about freshness. It's about warm days, cool days. It's about the change of season, the changing of life, the characteristics that bring about my birthday. It's a beautiful fragrance and really delightful to wear for many occasions. You can wear this one, to me, now that I've had it in my collection for such a long time, I can even wear this where I would wear it dressed up a lot. I can wearing it enough in the, where I would say not a dress down, like I wouldn't wear it today where I'm wearing a jogging suit and a cardigan. But if I was wearing this particular cardigan with a pair of jeans, I possibly would. But wearing it with the jogging pants and the tennis sneakers, maybe not, because it's a little bit more sophisticated than that. If you choose to, I think it can wear that well, because it does have that bright up front carnation slash rose, geranium slash rose and lemon, and then it dries down to that rose oud. I could see it being worn in that arena if you choose to. It's one that I don't choose to wear it in that one, but I think it could go off perfectly fine. If you guys are enjoying what it is to have a beautiful September, tap in below. Let me know what you guys are doing with your September. Doing any traveling, buying any fragrances, let me know below. Now think about the Septembre. It's a lot different than the previous 2 Pinot Noirs that I put on the channel. The Pinot Noirs that I had previously, one was a California and one was a Oregon. This is Bologna. Very distinctively different taste profiles to me. This one has a lot more of the grippy, earthy, vine-like taste. It may be the actual vintage, it may be the Appalachian, it may be a combination of the two, it may be the actual blending. I'm not sure how many different grapes from different regions are in this one. It may be a blending of the different grapes in this one. It's a lot more grippy, a lot more of a, I guess I would say, for lack of a better term, robust taste profile. It has a lot more explosive tongue lift. When you drink this one, it sticks to the mouth wall a lot more than the California and the Oregon one did. And it drinks a lot more tasting of the alcohol and the actual vine in my experience with this one. Let's talk about what it is now to have Roja Parfums Oud Extraordinaire. If you guys are a fan of Roja Parfums, you'll know that Roja Parfums is a masterful blender of fragrances. You'll know that most times you can pick out some notes, but you won't be able to pick out all the notes that he puts up on his database or even in like Fragrantica or Parfumo. What I find with this one is that I find that a lot of people have stated that this is a feminine leaning fragrance. I I couldn't defer more to that being something that I have to object to. It, for me, when it comes to Oud Extraordinaire, I see where they say the oud is not there. You have to be particularly someone to pick up on the nuance what it is to mix up oud with Cashmeran and woods and fruits. Because I say that objectively, because you have a fragrance here like Generation 2022 from Stephane Humbert Lucas, which is a fruity oud and Cashmeran fragrance, not too dissimilar from what it is to have the Roja Oud Extraordinaire. You can pick up the similarities in the Cashmeran and the oud and the fruits. That's one thing that I learned about this particular fragrance that I enjoyed about it so much, that I could particularly pick up the oud note in it. It wasn't a barnyard funky oud. It wasn't a stink oud. It was one of the ouds that you can put into a fragrance and it comes off particularly woody with a light oud feel, but it's that it lifts it, gives it a little bit of a luxury, but you know that the Cashmeran and the fruits are the star of the show, so you never get mad at that when the blending process is put forth. This is one of the fragrances that I put on the list many times. I enjoy this fragrance so much. Four seasonally, it's one of my favorite four-season fragrances. It's one of my favorite blends from Stephane Humbert Lucas. It's the gentleman's fragrance. It's a formal fragrance, casual fragrance. It's really much so tailored to how you live your lifestyle. A great scent profile that I don't think is too dissimilar when you talk about categories and DNAs from Oud Extraordinaire. Next up, one of the fragrances from one of the guys and brands that I love is the scent Kashmir. Now Kashmir is from Arabian Oud, and I don't see it on the cap. It should be on the cap. Yeah, Arabian Oud is there on the cap. A lot of you guys, there's one other fragrance that they make that you gentlemen swear by. I've yet to smell it. I had two people put it on my radar, and I have it in a cart, and I need to put my cart in and have that purchased. But Arabian Oud is another Cashmeran, oud, and fruits fragrance. Not too dissimilar from what it is to have the scent of Oud Extraordinaire. Two fragrances that are just wonderful smelling, light, airy, succulent, sweet fruits, warm woods, and the note profile that comes in with Kashmir, which is this fuzzy, effervescent feel of woods, kind of like a pure ISO E Super would come across. Compliment magnets, non-stop compliments that really go on the skin well, go on clothing well, lift you, lift your attitude, lift your environment, and it smells wonderful. This particular scent is one that I've seen people say it leans too far feminine. That also for me is not something I'm picking up on it. For me, with these two fragrances, taking note, Generation 2022 and Kashmir from Arabian Oud, similar DNAs, I could not help but to pick up and understand in Oud Extraordinaire what I also love and understand about Neiman Marcus 1907. Neiman Marcus 1907 is a mango, Cashmeran, sweet, succulent, woody fragrance that people go head over heels for. Have no problem with talking about it as a great fragrance as it stands. It's mango, sage, and a little bit of Cashmeran. So I'm wondering why so much hate for the Oud Extraordinaire. Now I know this is not a video for others' opinion, it's a video for my opinion, but I can only discuss it how it is in the zeitgeist in a lot of situations, because understanding how super beautiful, attractive, alluring, seductive Neiman Marcus 1907 is. If you have a liking for this particular scent, you should not be too much thrown off by what it is to have this particular scent from Roja come to mind and be a wonderful scent to wear. It's spellbinding, it's seductive, it's unisex, and it is one that you and your mate can wear and just come off smelling wonderful. Like I stated, this is one, it's been in my collection for about a month now, a month and a half. I've worn it 3 or 4 times, and each time I've worn it, I've actually gotten a compliment. I got a compliment from it from wearing it just the other day, out and about. A lady actually almost accosted me from wearing this particular scent. She wanted to know what it was. She wanted to get my phone number, everything that came with that. Of course, I had to let her know that that was not a possibility, but at the same time, it was such a fragrance, and her nose was so turned by it that she wanted to know who I was, and she wanted to talk to me and flirt with me. And that was just off the fragrance alone. Of course, the way I carry myself, like I always say, you cannot depend on the fragrance alone, but the way I carried myself, the way the fragrance came off, it was one that was very, very attractive to her and her nose. And it was not just her that thought it was good the way it smelled. I walked into a room. It was an office setting. It was an office that I had never been in before. Carried myself well, as I always do, had this fragrance on. As she let me into the back room to sign the title, that was the fragrance that caught her nose. Immediately, the smile on her face, immediately her whole manner changed, and she was ready to have a conversation. Subsequently coming back out, some people in the actual waiting area were asking who had the fragrance on, who smelled so good, and it was Oud Extraordinaire. So if you guys are wondering about Oud Extraordinaire, I suggest you guys get some type of decant or sample to see what you feel like it does on your skin. Because on me, it carries the Cashmeran, the fruits, and the Oud. Mainly the fruit I get is a pineapple mango scent, and then it goes into that sweet fuzzy Cashmeran. I don't get anything very deep woody, but you can tell that there's a wood vibe there. You can tell that there's a woodiness in the scent profile that is holding the base together. But it's mainly about the Cashmeran, which is a woody substance. It's I guess the picture and depiction that we always get is a cashmere sweater when they put it in the databases. But Cashmeran is supposed to be like a woody essence, and that's exactly what I get from it, and it does smell phenomenal. So once again, that is 3 fragrances that smell similar to Oud Extraordinaire, just come off wonderfully on my skin. And of course, my baby for September, the scent of Blue Sapphire from the house of Boadicea the Victorious, is all about September babies. The Sapphire stone, the Septembre Bologna Pinot Noir is the wine of the evening. And of course, this beautiful, beautiful carnation, nutmeg, mace scent profile coming off of the cigar. I'm just broaching the second third. The blend is very much so the same. I'm getting, just off of that hint right there, there's a slight, I want to say a tone of, let me get this band off. I love to save my band so I won't burn it. I was trying to reserve that taste that I'm about to speak on because I didn't think it was there, but it is. There's an orange peel, a zest, the orange peel zest to this particular cigar. It started coming on my second retrohale, and that's always one note that I try not to really put out there because not many people that I know of can pick up on what it is to have a citric or acid, a citric acid taste on their cigars, but I pick it up in this one. It's an orange peel. It's an interesting cigar. Orange peel, coffee, nutmeg, clove, and carnation. Very, very intense taste profile is on this particular cigar. Very intense taste profile. The nicotine is, to me, is not a medium. It's like a medium bold in the nicotine. I am getting the nicotine feel only going into the second third, just out of the first third in this one, particularly really still in the first third. I am feeling the nicotine in this one. I won't knock the burn because that's the way I lit it. So I won't knock the burn line. So the way I lit it was kind of wonky. Spicy, peppery. Don Pep and Garcia likes to make peppery cigars, so I knew that was going to be there. I think this one for me right now is really broaching into what it is to have the Judge as my favorite of this year so far. My Father's cigar. Still grippy tannins on the Bologna, or Burgundy, I should say, Bologna. Burgundy, Septembre, Edouard Delaunay, Pinot Noir, Cashmeran, fruits, Oud, Cashmeran's, fruits, Oud. Just special scent profile. Now, if you guys are talking about price profiles and price bang for your buck, this particular Arabian Oud Kashmir is a tremendous bang for your buck. I think it's around 180 to 230 right now, in that range I've seen. When I got it, it was like 245. I smelled this. They had a boutique. I don't know if it's still there. They had a boutique in New York, and I smelled it at the actual boutique, and ended up getting Kalimat Black from them that day. But I didn't get this, and ended up getting this online. After smelling it, it was addictive then. It's still super addictive, super potent. It is a beast of longevity, a beast of sillage and projection, and just wonderful smelling. And Neiman Marcus, 1907. You know, not many fragrances can touch this one. This is like, I'd say in the last 4 to 5 years, I've yet to see a fragrance perform like this one has. Now, many of my fragrances, when I put on a scent profile that I say is a compliment magnet, when I say the compliment magnet as a trope for a fragrance, a lot of times it's telling you guys that maybe within a 2 or 3 time of wearing it, I've gotten 1 or 2 compliments, right? And that's what a compliment magnet is, because a lot of times people smell a fragrance and they know that it smells well. You know it smells well, they know it smells good, but it's not always that someone will compliment you on a fragrance, be bold and brash enough to tell you how well you smell. Like today, wearing Voyage of Paris today as my scent of the day while going out and being at the farmer's market and stuff. I got 2 compliments on Voyage of Paris, which is a nice honey, woody, sexy, sensual day to evening fragrance from the House of Fragrance du Bois, done by I think his name Mathis. I think it's Mathis is his last name as the perfumer. But once again, a beautiful scent profile that just wafts in the air. Very sweet, very relaxing. It catches your nose and just carries you throughout the day. Now, I've been told that one smells like Lost in Paris, or Lost in Paris smells like Voyage of Paris, because Voyage of Paris came out first. I've yet to put my nose on Lost in Paris. I will be getting that particular scent in a sample soon. I'm waiting because I want to get it for Christmas, but I want to wait till the season to actually smell it to see if I like it in the season. So if you guys have any opinion on what it is to have Lost in Paris from Roja, let me know below. But as I state, the scent profile of these scents, man, it's just a beautiful take on fruity, woody, and Cashmeran woods. I can't state that enough, because this is just a collection, a capsule really, of fragrances that really capture you in that essence and just really comes off as a great scent profile. It has a lot of projection, a lot of beauty about it. My daughter said that it smelled masculine to her, which I put it to her with, you know, she knows how fragrances smell because she knows my collection, and she knows that things smell well because she's been around long enough and seen a lot of fragrances to know how something that smells rich and refined should smell. And she stated that it smelled woody. She did smell something that I don't smell just yet in the fragrance after wearing it. She said it smelled almost like a grape and a cinnamon roll. Now, I've heard that this smells like sweetie oud to some people, which is a thing that I don't pick up, but she actually did. So it depends on what your nose is picking up, what your favorability, what your nose favors, and the nuance of it. Because I had seen that in, I think, Fragrantica, where people said it smelled like Sultanate of Oman. I could definitely say I don't pick up that in it. But she did state where it smelled almost like a baked good and a grape. And so that tells you right there that how the nuances of this, it comes off a little bit complex, because I don't pick that up, and she definitely did. So to me, I need, like I said, give Oud Extraordinaire a try. I think many of you guys have been on my channel long enough to know that I'll try to give you the honest truth with these fragrances. I don't have any skin in the game when it comes to these companies. I'm not getting purchased, I'm not getting bought. Everything that I have in my collection is truly 100% a pickup of my own, and I vouch for it. It's one of those fragrances. When I say something smells good, it smells good. Now, if it doesn't sit you in your profile, that's one thing, because like we talk about here, these are opinions about fragrances that we love to put on our skin, and we're the carrier. So if it's something that's on your skin and you don't want to carry it all day, I get it. At the end of the day, though, I'll give it its props. It's one that I'm enjoying, and it is in no way, shape, or form as feminine as many people have said. I think it's a unisex fragrance through and through, and not too dissimilar from the ones I've showed. So that is Oud Extraordinaire from Roja. That is Kashmir from the Sit House of Arabian Oud. That is Generation 2022 from the brand Stephane Lucas. And also that is how gorgeous wearing Neiman Marcus 1907 comes across as well. And of course, we can't forget my Septembre baby. Once again, I'm not going to give a whole brief on the scent of Blue Sapphire. I've had so many conversations about this on this channel. I'll link up above my actual full review of this one. But just a beautiful scent profile to wear in the month of September, when it gets crisper, it gets cooler, it gets the actual time frame around the equator, and how the earth bends and how it gets cool around 7 p.m. You have this on your skin after you put it on after a shower around 3 o'clock. It's nothing but heads turning. You put about 4 or 5 sprays of that one on, and you will be, if you're going to see a game, you're going to a bar, you're going to a restaurant, you're going to a cigar bar, you're going anywhere that has effectively people congregating, you're going to smell the very best in the room. Unless you're in the room with me and I'm spraying something on other than Blue Sapphire out. So, end all be all, you guys, I'm thoroughly enjoying what it is to have this September come across. Life is good. This beautiful broadleaf Rosado wrapper is very veiny on the cigar, the blue. I did not point that out. There is no toothiness. There is a very rich coloration to it. It's brown, deep brown, light brown, all across the vein. That's typical for me, how the way the broadleaf is grown and how the sun actually is penetrating the leaf. It gives off that leather look to a leaf, and that's exactly what you get here. It gets a lot of the veins to get very, very large, which you actually see here as well. Once again, this is the blue from my father. And like I said, this is one. With this, I am getting a lot of the bold nicotine from that one. And not often in this point in my cigar smoking life do I feel the nicotine, especially in the first third, but I am feeling it. It's a relaxing nicotine. It's nothing bold. It's not something that's going to make you feel wonky or destabilizing you to the point where you're going to need a lot of sugar in your body. But you can feel it coming on, and just a relaxing feel of the nicotine in that one. So it's a little bit bold. And of course, like I stated, the Burgundy Septembre from Edouard Delaunay. I'm enjoying this one as well. Now, I'll say this, you have to enjoy this one with a meal, in my opinion, from my taste profile on it. I would love this with like a stuffed rigatoni, rigatoni stuffed with like a beef or a spicy chorizo, I should say, and sit down and eat that meal with this particular wine. I think it would lift a lot of the fruits out of it, and it would mediate some of the beef, or some of the earth taste of the vine in it. But overall, it's pretty damn good. It's one I will sit back, relax, and enjoy around a fire in the evening. It's one that's too robust and too much of a tannin rich one to enjoy midday, so it's going to be an evening wine more likely than not. Most times it's evening wine, or even it's one that I was first turned on to this one at a bar called Campers down in downtown Detroit, which is a nice open air roof. I think it's on the 15th floor or 16th floor of one of the office buildings. There's a nice carved out bar that they made down there. They got a lot of great wines in, so I think that's the first time I had it and enjoyed it, was there. And then subsequently started buying it there from that point on. So it's a great wine. If you want to try another Pinot Noir, Like I said, I gave you one from Oregon, I gave you one from California. Now I'm giving you one from Burgundy, France. All of these are pretty accessible. I haven't pretty much brought out any wine that's not an accessible wine. When I say accessible, I mean somewhere you can go throughout the nation and find it. A lot of these wines that I have in my humidor or slash cellar, wine fridge, whatever you want to call it, are wines that are not accessible everywhere. So I try not to bring those out really, because there's no use in really showing you something you guys can't go and get accessibly or readily. So these wines I show you on this particular channel are wines that you can go pick up somewhere, if not your local wine shop, at least one of the major wine distributors that are out, like what do we have here? Wine Palace, which is a distributor of wine, and you can get them nationwide, even order online. So locally, you should be able to find this within 15 to 20 miles of your house. If you have any specialty food stores like Whole Foods or something like that around you, they should carry it to it as well there. Very grippy tannins, very rich. And that cigar is very, very tasty. Still coffee, still spicy. Even now, I'm getting to taste a little bit of dough, yeasty dough, which is like to go along with that baker spice. So it's a well-made cigar. I'm glad I waited this long to try it. I think it's going to be one that I pick up often. Off the first third, going into the second third, I'm enjoying it. I'm going to finish it off with this evening. And like I always state, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this content, man. I love getting these Sunday services out to you. Today, we enjoyed sitting back, relaxing, talking about what it is to have fruits, Cashmeran, and Oud in your fragrance. And if it matters to you that these fragrances are comparable, these are the ones in my collection that I would state to you have a comparison to not Lost in Paris, but Oud Extraordinaire. So I suggest it, get your nose on it. Blind buy, I can't tell you if it's a blind buy worthy fragrance. I don't do that to people because my reputation is not built on giving someone advice to blind buy it, but advice to try and sample. And so that's what I'll give you, is a try and sample it, because for me it is a buy fragrance and I'm enjoying it. And the opening to the mid to the base is one that I've enveloped myself in, and I've enjoyed each turn and evolution of the fragrance has been enjoyable to me. So that is, once again, Lost in Paris from House of Roja Parfums. Till next time, you guys, you have a blessed day. Remember, scent is memory, collecting is legacy, and community is culture. And we here at the Dry Down, we are the culture emphatically. We love what it is to talk about scent, cigars, and wines. We love the lifestyle. Guys, stay bold, stay balanced, stay blessed, keep enhancing. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.